Okay, so you just started a new job. You're probably buried in a mountain of HR paperwork, and somewhere in there is this thing called a 401k. Now, it sounds kind of important, maybe a little intimidating, but trust me, it's one of the most powerful financial tools you will ever have. So let's break it down step by step and figure out how you can use it to build your future starting like right now. But first, let me ask you a question. Is it possible that you are leaving part of your actual salary on the table without even knowing it? Seriously, for millions of people, the answer is a big yes, just because they haven't taken one really simple step. I mean, what if I told you there was a way to get a guaranteed 100% return on your money instantly? I know, that sounds way too good to be true, but just stick with me for a second here. Look, this isn't some risky investment scheme or a crypto gamble. It's a benefit. It's a key part of your compensation package that's just sitting there waiting for you to claim it. Which brings us to the single most important idea for anyone with a new 401k, the employer match. Honestly, if you only remember one thing from this entire explainer, please make it this. So, what is this employer match? Think of it like a bonus that you have to unlock. Your company literally gives you free money just for saving in your own 401k. It is a core part of your pay that you have to actively go and get. Okay, let's see how this actually works, because this is where it gets really good. Let's say you make $50,000 a year and your company offers a 100% match on contributions up to 5% of your salary. You put in $2,500 over the year, and they put in another $2,500. Boom. Just like that, you've doubled your money. That is the guaranteed 100% return we were talking about. And this is why every single financial expert will tell you the same thing. Not getting your full employer match isn't just a missed opportunity. It's basically like turning down a raise on purpose. You'd never do that, right? So here is your first mission, should you choose to accept it. Get into your benefits portal and find your company's match formula. Then, you need to make sure you're contributing at least enough to get every single dollar of that match. And here's a little warning. A lot of companies auto-enroll you at a pretty low rate, maybe 3%, which might not be enough to get the full match. So you might have to go in and bump that number up yourself. Okay, now that you're fired up to go grab that free money, let's just take a quick step back and cover what a 401k actually is. At its heart, it's really just a special savings account you get through work. But it has two incredible superpowers. First, fantastic tax benefits, and second, the ability to grow your money through investments over a really long time. Here's the rundown. First, the savings are automatic. The money comes right out of your paycheck before you can even touch it, which makes it super easy to be consistent. Next, it's tax advantaged. We'll get to what that means in a sec. And this is the big one. The money is invested to grow. And finally, it's all for retirement, which means there are some rules to help you, well, not dip into it too early. All right, with those basics down, let's talk about your first big decision, choosing between a traditional or a Roth 401k. Now, this sounds complicated, but it really boils down to one simple question. Do you want your tax break now, or do you want it later? So here's the trade-off. With a traditional 401k, your money goes in pre-tax. That means you get a tax break today. It lowers your taxable income right now. The catch? You'll have to pay taxes on that money when you withdraw it in retirement. Now, a Roth 401k is the total opposite. You pay taxes on your contributions now, but then, when you retire, all your qualified withdrawals are 100% tax-free. Pretty cool, right? So, which one should you pick? Well, here's a simple rule of thumb, especially if you're early in your career. Your income and your tax bracket is probably the lowest it's ever going to be. So, if you choose Roth, you pay those lower taxes now, and then you get to enjoy all that growth tax-free later when you're probably earning more. But hey, if your budget's tight today, traditional can give you a little more breathing room. Oh, and one last thing. No matter what you pick, your employer's match money always goes in as traditional. All right, you've got your contribution type picked out. Now we get to the part that trips a lot of people up. What in the world do you actually invest your money in? You know the feeling. You log in and you're hit with this long list of investment funds with all these confusing names and ticker symbols. It is so easy to feel overwhelmed. But don't you worry, because for most people, there's a super simple default option designed for this exact moment. It's called a target date fund, and it's basically an all-in-one portfolio that does all the heavy lifting for you. It starts out more aggressive when you're young to really maximize growth, and then it automatically gets more conservative and safe as you get closer to retirement. It is the ultimate set it and forget it option. And picking one is so easy. All you do is find the fund that has the year in its name that's closest to when you plan to retire. So if you're 25 today, you'll probably retire around, say, 2065. You just pick the 2065 fund. That's it. It really is that simple.
We've covered the what and the how. Now for the most important part, the why. Specifically, why starting today, like right now, is the most powerful financial move you can possibly make.
This chart basically shows the magic of compound interest. So let's say you start saving just $200 a month at age 25. With a pretty average return, you could have almost $400,000 by the time you retire. But look, if you wait just 10 years and start at 35, that final number plummets to around 200 grand. That 10-year delay literally costs you almost half your potential savings. Look at that difference. That single decade of starting early is worth almost $200,000. And that's not extra money you put in, that's just the money your money earned for you, all because you gave it more time to grow. And this classic investing wisdom really says it all. You don't have to be some stock-picking genius. You just have to be consistent and get started. Right now, your greatest asset isn't how much money you have, it's how much time you have. So let's bring it all home. Here's your simple 3-step action plan. Number 1, log in and enroll today. Don't put it off. Number 2, your absolute number 1 priority is to contribute enough to get that full employer match. And number 3, keep it simple. Just pick a target date fund and let it do the work for you. You know, doing this is one of the single greatest gifts you can give your future self. It's a decision that will pay you back quite literally for decades to come. So the only question left is, what's your first step going to be?